Hey guys, this is Krishna. Thank you for joining me in this new video. Before working with small business owners, I run a security assessment to let me get a sense of their security stance, right? What I'm trying to look for is, I'm trying to quickly decide if I'm able to reduce the risk. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what I look for, how I go about doing it quickly, and I'm going to let you know along the way some of the things when I find it. Basically, let me decide I'm not going to be able to help this business, or I'm going to be able to help them. So this is what we're going to cover. Let's go ahead and let's dive in. So let's talk a little bit about the assessment to know what it is. The assessment for me is going to be a 30-45 minutes reality check where I'm going to focus on real attack paths that small business owners are subjected. And it's going to bring to the surface deal-breaking risk really fast, right? So one thing the assessment is not, it's not a 40-page report. It's not a compliance audit, and it's neither a sales demo disguised as security. So the first thing that I look at is going to be identity and access management. The technical term for it will be IAM, right? Most breaches in reality don't start with hackers trying to hack your server, right? You really start with them logging in because they found some of your credentials, maybe in the dark web or in another way, in another fashion. It starts with identity because if there is a gap in your identity, it doesn't matter really what we build on top of it. So I don't ask about firewalls. I don't ask about antivirus. What I'm trying to get a sense of is that this business actually use multi-factor authentication, right? Do former employees still have access to some of the platforms, right? And do they share passwords, and how are they sharing those passwords? So those questions will help me decide if there is a gap there, and we can definitely work on fixing those. Identity is key. This is where it starts. If it's not right, everything else doesn't matter. So the next thing that I'm going to take a look at is going to be email attack surface. You've probably heard of phishing, business email compromise, account takeover. All of those starts with some type of email attack. As I discussed a little bit earlier, I mentioned identity, and getting those credentials easily is usually done via phishing, right? So at this stage, quickly, I'm trying to get a sense of their DNS records, right? I'm gonna see if they have set up SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. And SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are email authentication records that are going to be added in the domain registrar or the DNS host. So those are some of the things that I'm going to take a look at. I'm going to see what policy they have set for their DMARC, and I'm also going to get a sense of what other tools send emails on their behalf, right? Because that is important when it comes to setting up SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. So this is what we look at, or this is what I look at this stage over here to see what we can tighten up in order to increase the security stance. The third item on our security assessment is going to be backups. With backups, a lot of people say that they have them. Sometimes they might confuse it with something else that they do. I had a small business owner that was actually using Google Drive, thinking that was a backup system, but Google Drive is actually a syncing system, right? You sync your files. It doesn't really back them up. So a lot of people are gonna say that they have backups, but usually they might not test those backups. They don't know if they're operational, if they can be restored, right? So it doesn't really matter if you have backups if you can already use them when you need those. So with backups, what I'm trying to get a sense of is, do they actually have those backups set up, right? Are those backups running on the automated schedule, right? And have they tried to restore those backups? Have they tested those backups to see if those backups are operational? So backups is very important to have, very important to set up. It's your last line. Last line of defense if you're hacked or if you have a ransomware. So very important to have. The fourth item on the agenda is going to be looking at the internet exposure. So nowadays, most attacks are automated. So as long as you're connected to the internet, it's just a matter of time before you get attacked, right? So what I'm going to look for over here is to see if they have some type of edge security platform like Cloudflare that will take care of a lot of those common attacks that takes place. So I'm going to see if they have a CDN setup or if they have a web application firewall. The technical term for it will be a WAF, right? I'm going to see if they have the essential settings actually set up as well. The other thing that I'm going to look at as far as reducing the internet exposure is going to be to see if they have any restriction. It could be geographic restriction. It could be IP restriction. That is going to remove a lot of unwanted traffic, a lot of bots, and is really going to help with your security stance. All right. Probably the last item on the security assessment is going to be ownership and accountability when it comes to IT decisions. Without it, nothing is going to get fixed. Someone is always going to fix someone else's responsibility to do that. It's really important for me to understand that they have a clear IT structure, IT staff structure, or my recommendation are not going to get fixed. So I'm trying to understand here who owns the security decision, who approve those changes. It is very important for me that the smallest business owner has a clear understanding of that, because if not, it's really going to be really difficult to implement some of those changes. So that would be the last item on the security assessment. So after going through the security assessment, I'm gonna try to see if the business owner is willing to fix the basics, right? The business owner that I tend to work with will also have a clear understanding of what they have a clear decision maker. Those are usually the kind of business that I work with the best. If the small business owner is not really sure what he has, might think that some implementation is not important, that can be pushed back. At that point, it just means that whatever I'm offering is not for them, right? Which is totally okay. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about in this video. This is a brief overview. I usually do run as well some tools that give me a little bit more of a black and white of what they have, but I did not discuss those tools in this video. Maybe I'm going to make another video where I go through that, but hopefully you have a better understanding of the security assessment and what I look for, and I hope that this video has helped you, and I will talk to you in another video. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share with some friends. If you're a small business owner looking for peace of mind, head over to vanguardbear.com for a free website security audit and learn more about our services. And I will catch you in the next video.